Signals moving through the wires, policy shifting underneath us, infrastructure catching fire. Narratives are turning real now. Capital is changing form. Washington is writing frameworks while the networks start to swarm.
Tokenization isn't theory, it's alignment in the code. Wall Street building rails beneath us while the liquidity reloads. Congress stepping into crypto here and setting up the stage. Legacy finance moving faster, turning policy a page. This is the morning macro. Signals coming fast. Tokenization rising. Future built to last. Follow where the capital flows. Watch the systems grow. We're rebuilding markets. Welcome to the show. BlackRock watching infrastructure. Fidelity wants clear rules. Nasdaq building collateral layers. Institutions changing tools. Delaware moves towards stablecoins. Frameworks coming into view. Stocks becoming digital assets. Markets opening something new. This is the morning macro. Signals coming fast. Tokenization rising. Future built to last. Follow where the capital flows. Watch the systems grow. We're rebuilding markets. Welcome to the show. AA meets the settlement layers. Smart rails powering the trades. Capital markets getting faster while the old system upgrades. Digital yuan expanding outward. Global finance shifting speed. Infrastructure isn't coming, it's already what we need. This is the morning macro. Policy meets code. Infrastructure rising. Future in the flow. Follow where the capital flows. Watch the systems grow. Tokenization rising. Welcome to the show.
Yes. Yes. GM, everybody. Hope you're doing well. My goodness, we were having some fun in the chat. Did that feel like some uplifting, powerful music? Great way to get your day started. I hope some Christian Ibiza. Reminds me of an old Christian rock song, and I can't quite put my fingers on remembering the name. Yeah, I mean, that definitely felt like some worship music. Okay, full transparency, fam, between us. It's just us right here. There's just a few of us. It's early on. Anybody who catches the replay, they'll get it. But in case you didn't know, I use AI. I drop all of the headlines that I'm using in the story, plus some of the charts, into ChatGPT and say, give me lyrics for the song, give me a style prompt. And we wanted something chill. I asked just for something chill. I said, not quite a Ibiza like we've been doing, but something chill. And, here's all the stories. Let's make it happen. I did not have the opportunity to listen to the song before we started today. And clearly we had a good time chatting about it in the beginning. So, all right. All of that being said, good morning. Grab your brew. You can see mine's still steaming, still hot. I got a whole cup of freshie right here so that we can refill as the show goes on. GM, guys, make sure you're smashing the like button. If you are watching on X, make sure you back up out of the chat. If you should be in the chat. If you're not, what are you doing? But back up out of the chat, hit the heart, repost the video out, tag some friends, bring them in here, say we're going to have a good time. Also, LinkedIn seems to be back up and running today, so we should be good to go. I see David chatted. He dropped a chat in there. Peace and pizza. Love it. Love it. And then, obviously, we are live on the YouTubes. If you are watching the YouTubes, you know what to do. I don't need to tell you what to do. All right. We got a good show. Tokenization policy rush begins. All of this stuff looks like it's moving forward. It's moving forward expeditiously. We'll go through several articles today, all touching on that same kind of premise, right? The token is, and this is all the stuff that we've been talking about. And you guys know that tokenization of real world assets, bringing finance on chain, all this stuff, big things. So we're going to talk about a bunch of stories today. We'll look at some charts. We'll look at, RWA.xyz. We're looking at, tokenization, stable coins, tokenized securities, all that stuff. Everything will tie in with all the stories that we're reading. And then, then obviously at 9:30, so in an hour and a half, just under an hour and a half from now, the markets open up here on the East Coast, the New York Open. NY. Let's go. 9:30. So we got a little bit of time to make through the information. And so let's get it. David is everywhere. David is everywhere, man. Shout out to David. David, he watches on LinkedIn. He checks it out on LinkedIn. He chats. He's watching on YouTube. I don't know if he watches on X or not, but definitely LinkedIn and YouTube. And I appreciate you, homie. I appreciate all my homies and my homiettes. The show obviously can't run without you. And so we need the community to do things like smashing the like button, liking the video, tagging your friends, doing all that stuff, because it helps more people see what we're doing. It helps increase the community size. And from there, things like, I got to talk to you guys about our trade team. I heard some of people, I talked to my guy at BitUnex, and it looks like we got some farmers that are just farming the bonus. And I get it. I get some of y'all always looking for the way to scam the system, but don't do that. Come on, do it the real way. Sign up with one account and trade and earn the volume, get the bonuses. We're going to be doing things right. No need to be scamming and scheming, fam. Come on. Let's do things right. Let's do it above the board. So if you've been doing that, sounds like there's going to be some pausing on the withdrawals to see what's going on, to see who's who and who's doing what. So if that is something you got going on, I'm letting you know now, your withdrawals are going to be paused until we figure out what's going on. But just do shit legitly. Okay. Just be legit. Just be like a normal person. I'm not on X. I could though, but X really isn't my jam. Rumble. I could probably do Rumble. I think Rumble does an RMTP feed, and I can do that through StreamYard. So yeah, let's make a little note on my notepad. Rumble. Set it up. We can do that. I can set up Rumble. GM, Luca in the building. Let's go. Let's see who got our. I'm pretty sure Brian. Remember, not that this is worth anything, or it's not at this moment getting you anything, but in the future it will. And so I like to shout out my guy, Brian, DJ Brian, in the building early today. I had the stream scheduled like right about 6 o'clock, and 6:05 was his comment. So he was in there early. He's definitely not going to let Curtis get a gold, especially this week while he's on a cruise. And so this is all you this week, David, Brian, excuse me. It's all you all this week. Unless somebody else wants to challenge him. Now, I doubt we'll start. We'll get the show up and launched at 6 a.m. every single day. But you never know. As I get better and better at putting together the flow, as I get better and better and expedite things, and obviously I didn't listen to the song today, but I was downstairs talking with my wife for a little while and then ran up right before the show. So I could have done that, but I didn't, and that's okay. All right. Breathe. All right, what do we got here in the chat? Randy does Rumble? Okay, cool. I will get that squared away. Let's see if I can do it today. It shouldn't be hard to. I know that I have a Rumble account, so all I have to do is just get like the code, whatever it is, and then just put that into StreamYard. We should be good to go. All righty, let us get started. Boom, sitting at a 10. Yesterday was a 9. Today's a 10. We'll see what happens. I think a lot of people are okay. So I was longing and shorting. I was all day, doing it yesterday, doing the thing while I was. First off, can we do this really quick? Excuse me. I just want you guys to see this. Yesterday was a big day, a proud papa. I am a proud daddy. Yesterday, we went to the store and we got my daughter a baseball glove and a bat. And we went to the ballpark and we tried it all. She tried some hitting. She threw a pitch from the mound. We played a little catch. We didn't run the bases. Damn, we should have run the bases. Next time, our second practice, we'll run the bases. And so, proud papa moment right here. Proud daddy. We got a chance to go play some baseball. And she's super excited to learn. And we're going to get some sport action, some sport ball going. And you can see, obviously, I tagged the Cubbies. I'm a Cubs fan. We're both wearing our Cubs hats. So go Cubs. Hopefully, we got a big season coming up. All right, let's get into the show. Appreciate you guys being here. Remember, smash the like button. Number one thing you can do to help me out, help the show out. Let's grow the community. Crypto Fear and Greed Index sitting at a 10. Again, remember, yesterday was a 9. Today, we are at 10. Let's check coin market cap. I'm going to refresh just to make sure. Markets are sitting flat today, 1.58% up, 2.43 trillion. Fear and greed on coin market cap is 35. Remember, the differentiating thing between coin market cap and CoinGlass is that CoinGlass takes into a lot more of the things of the ecosystem, like ETFs, some other, not just like the spot market caps of all of these things. I think it takes market activity into consideration as well when determining the fear and greed. And that's probably a good. I'm going to do a video about the fear and greed index. And one of the things that we'll do inside of that video is talk about it. That's something I'm getting ready for, is to really kick up the content. I'm going to be looking for a video editor, someone that can take that away from me, take that job away from me, so I'm not my own bottleneck. And then this way, we can just get to work. Because y'all are watching the morning macro, or the macro minute, I assume. So I know how to edit. It's just it bogs me down. And if I could just shoot the video, send it off to an editor, I will. So if you guys know anyone that does that stuff, drop a comment and shoot me a DM. Oh, remember, if you need to get a hold of me, fam, remember to email me, team@w3bcmedia.com. That's the fastest way to get a hold of me, and you get the best, quickest response. Better than a text message, to be honest with you, because you've heard me talk about the text messages where sometimes I forget to respond. And then I wonder why someone didn't respond to me, and ultimately it was my fault for not responding to them when I was just trying to carefully curate my response. Anywho, Altcoin season sitting at a 47. This was at 50 last week. We're down to 47. So altcoin season getting further and further away. You can see right here, we were up at 52 last week on the 16th. Let's see what's going on in the shrimping world. Yarr, matey. Walk the plank. All right. Bitcoin sitting at 18.45% down over the last 90 days. And this is the top 100 top 100 coins and their performance over the last 3 months. So I would like to say, normally, if you are in something that is outperforming Bitcoin, you are in anything that is outperforming Bitcoin, specifically things that are in the positive here, because you'll have profits. You won't have any profits right here because you're down. But this would be a wise time, in my humble opinion, in IMHO. It would be wise for you to roll some of those profits into Bitcoin. Why? Because I said so. That's why. That should be a good enough reason. If that's not a good enough reason, Bitcoin is the king. Sovereign wealth funds and nation states and institutions, they're not going for your shitter on Solana. They don't care about the hype-driven widget crypto, whatever. Y'all know what I mean. The projects that aren't doing anything, it's time to sell them, take your profits, take your losses, whatever it is, roll it into Bitcoin. That's the move. That's what I'm saying. Until we get another leg down, until we get confirmation, until we get a better idea that altcoins are not going to get decimated again, Bitcoin's the king. True shrimp and opportunities, but in true degen form. All that be said, I know some of you motherfuckers are still going to be buying shitters. So if that's your plan, at least buy something from this list that will be a better return on your investment than Bobo Fartcoin or whatever the heck you kids are buying these days. Do something with some utility, something that is actually going to drive some focus and some appreciation here in blockchain. And so, there's plenty of projects down here. Zcash privacy, there may be a war on privacy coins coming up soon. Who really knows? Uniswap, I wouldn't do that. Midnight, no thank you. XDC at one point would have been the thing. I wouldn't say it anymore. Aptos, potentially SWI. I would scoop some SWI. VChain, VFam for life. This is not the time. We looked at the chart last week. We can look at it again. Until we see that this is going to start righting the ship, I would not buy any more VChain. And obviously, this is the time because it's the lowest. If you haven't been buying fucking half a penny VChain already, don't start now. Go do something different. If you've been DCAing, if you're part of the ecosystem, continue to build your bag potentially. Sure, I don't care. I don't think it's the wisest opportunity right now. Let's actually, you know what? We'll look at it when we get to trading view. The charts, we can look at the charts differently there. Injective, maybe, sure. Ondo, definitely. IMX, if you're a gamer, I got to tell you, I saw the other day that someone, who the heck was it? Let's see. Blockchain games are dead. That was his Solana Foundation president. She declared blockchain gaming dead, citing a failure to deliver substantive, fun, or popular games with Mo projects from 2021-2022 hype cycle failing. Now, I completely understand this. I completely agree with it. Blockchain gaming never needed to be a fucking thing in the first place. You can integrate NFTs or, the coins that you collect or whatever it is. Like, though, you can find a way to implement crypto into that, but these games don't need to be played on blockchains. Like, that's stupid. All the games that have been put together so far, and you're like, oh, but what about this one and that one and this one? Yeah, well, where is it? What happened? Okay, dinosaur tail. Interest falls off. Nobody fucking cares about these stupid-ass games anymore, all right? Go get yourself a gaming system and play some Mario or play some Modern Warfare or whatever it is that people play now, and stick to that for the games. We don't need blockchain games. No one cares. Gamers don't care. Y'all don't really care. You just want to play something fun. And clearly, these small little independent game studios can't do shit to build fun games for anybody. So it's over. Blockchain games are dead. If you want to play just standard video games, nerd, go for it. If you want to make money, get some crypto. Get some Bitcoin. Bitcoin. All right. That was a little ridiculous. My bad. But I'm serious, though. Blockchain gaming is for... it's not... You could... integrating blockchain into a game so that... your guns, your skins, whatever, like there's an NFT with a resellable market, sure, but the game itself doesn't need to be on blockchain. That doesn't need to happen. Nice. Oh, David, let's connect offline. I appreciate that. Oh, by the way, here we go. How do I turn this off? Turn this one off. There, right there is the QR code for the BitUnex link. Join the team. Don't scam, don't scheme, don't farm. Just join the team. There is a deposit bonus for actual users, actual people who want to learn how to trade, actual people who want to participate on the W3BC trade team. Okay, there is that opportunity. It will be canceled and denied, and we'll figure out something for people who are scamming and scheming, but let's just do things right. But join the squad. Let's get trading. I know yesterday we wanted to try we wanted to start the $100 to $1,000 trade competition, but that news came in. And then I went to play baseball with my daughter, and it's just, look, if you guys want to do this, let's do it. We're going to do it the right way. I will chat with the Discord. There was not a whole lot of activity going on in the Discord yesterday. So I will pop into there today, and we'll see. But we got to get things rolling. I want to get the team cooking. I want to give some money away to you guys for trading, but knowing that y'all are just farming and scamming and scheming, we got to figure out the plan before we do that. So that's the goal, is to figure out how we can do this correctly so that people just aren't trying to take advantage of me and BitUnex, and then we'll move forward from there. So get into the Discord, start chatting. If you guys want to join the group over there in Discord, I will put it in the chat. Discords are very hit and miss. I agree. I don't like Discord, but I need a better way to communicate with my people. If there's a better way to do this, I was originally thinking about doing a paywall on Discord. I just don't know if that's going to work for you guys. I just don't know. And so let's as a community, let's get into the Discord and chat. I'll drop it in the drop it on the YouTube. Let me get it over to the X for you guys, for people who don't want to do that. And there you go. All right, there's the Discord link. It is in both the X and the YouTube. It is not on LinkedIn because it's just not there. So that being said, if you guys want, join the Discord. We have probably some other ways that we can communicate with each other and find the best structured community setting so that it's easy for y'all, it's easy for me, it's easy for everybody to join. All that. We want to just make it the barrier to entry not high. If Discord is not going to work, let's talk about it. If Twitter would work better, if Telegram would work better, let's talk about it. I'm open. I just want to make sure that it works for as many people as possible. Not just me, or not just, two or three people, whatever. So you guys get it. I just don't care for streaming next. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you there. All right, let's get back to the show. We'll go back to CoinMarketCap. Here we go. Bitcoin's sitting at 71,000. We'll see what happens today. We're up just 1% today, but still down a little over 4% on the week. Ethereum at 2164, down almost a little over 7% on the week. XRP 141, BNB 638, Solana $91. And we're gonna see that thing push up to 100 soon. I would like to see triple digi Solana, not double digi. Tron, Dogecoin at number 9 at 9 cents. You got Hyperliquid at number 10. Cardano sitting still at number 11. When are we going to see? Oh, yeah, Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash is on Cardano's heels. If it wasn't down 1.12% today, it would definitely be in the number 11 spot, kicking Cardano to number 12. And then we're going to see a couple. I can't wait till Chainlink pushes up. Monero pushes up. Canton is on its way up. It has just been absolutely tearing it up. Tearing it up. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at the Canton chart at 14 cents. Let's see. $5.5 billion market cap. What's the tokenomics? No max supply. Infinity. Ugh. Yeesh. That token will never get up if they keep printing. Okay, let's take a look at their website. Canton Foundation. The foundation ensures fair governance and oversight of the global synchronizer, the decentralized system that connects everything across the Canton network. The power of capital markets meets the real value of blockchain. 42 super validator nodes, 843 total validators. All right. There's Canton. There is Canton. Any big movers on the day? Aptos. See, that was one of the ones that's down there in the shrimping category. You probably could have got yourself a little come up there. 12% come up. Any opportunities? Siren. I don't know what that is, and I don't want to know what that is. River, Dexy, just polka dot. There's a couple 5%ers. You can get yourself a little bit. Let's see. The 7-day Athena WorldCoin Decred. Mantle, Zcash. Zcash, $230. Remember that shit was like $700? Like not long ago. Let's do the month. No, we're gonna have to. We do the year, and then let's just. Oh, there it was. 698 back at 1116. Just a few months ago, Zcash was flying high. Now it is on just a chop down. But remember, privacy coins, I think, are there's a narrative for privacy coins and some other things where they may not get the full comeback like we thought. But then potentially that could be the reason, if they start talking negatively on privacy coins, that could be the catalyst for them to rip. So, he's got to be paying attention and read between the lines on the narratives. All right, let's take a look at some charts, shall we? So we talked earlier, global crypto market cap, 2.41 trillion. Here's the chart to show you that. We are on a sharp decline, obviously, since back here in October. As you guys know, that was the beginning of the end of our bull market experience. We all feel like we got gypped. But at the end of the day, markets are cyclical. They go back up. Just you're in it to win it, so just be patient, right? Rand worked for Canton? I did not know that. Canton is a must buy. I mean, look, when we go to rwa.xyz, and we did this yesterday, and if you look, like, they are the leader with like the most products under the RWA ecosystem, and typically it's got the highest market cap. It does this weird thing where it fluctuates and then things move around. But all right, Canton, we're gonna add that to our must-watch list. Maybe might even make the RWA video. I'll have to do some research into it. Total crypto market cap again, 2.41 trillion. You got the total 3. This excludes Bitcoin and Ethereum. And so you can see very similar to a lot of the other market structures that we've got. One of my favorite charts, because everybody always wants to know when altcoin season is. Well, this is going to tell you when altcoin season is. This is the others chart. And the others chart has everything, the market cap of everything excluding the top 10. So no Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Tether, USDC, none of the big Solana, none of the big things. All just the your standard altcoins. And so that gives you the general indication of what's actually happening. And so, we can locally we're here. We're on a nice little local. Let's see if we can fix this. We'll cut some wicks. We're the wick cutters. We'll cut through wicks, especially if it just goes right back up. I like to call them anomalies. All right. And then we could say from okay, because look, we have got this nice big net that we are casting. However, that is the longer term, that's the multi-year uptrend for crypto. However, again, when you look at, well, we're going to have to put this here. So we have got some room to go, and let's make this one red because this is our downtrend. Here's our up, here's our down. And so we are going to be meeting in the middle here. According to this, according to my calculations, Thursday, the 6th of August, 2026, in the year of 2026, the entire crypto market cap should make a decision. Are we going to continue to go up? Or are we going to get rejected and continue to go down? So you got until August to figure it out. According to this chart, this is not scientific. This is not the end all be all. This is just where we're at right at this moment. Last year before launch. Interesting. You can go back and check that out. Rand did a video on Canton about last year. All right, we'll have to check that out. If you guys got a link to that, that would be great. If you could get a link. If not, I'm sure I know how to use Google. I could find it. But actually, don't send me a link. Even though I trust my people, don't send me a link. Don't do it. You know the rules. This is crypto. This is crypto. Don't click links, even from your own mother. Don't do it. Stable coin. You got stablecoin market cap right here. We'll look at, you know what? I don't really like this chart. I like the one on RWA.xyz a lot better. But $315 billion is the stablecoin market cap. So you can see that there. CME futures, we closed our gap yesterday. We don't need that one. Here is Bitcoin dominance. As you can see, we're playing a little bit of a game of volatility here, but we are trending down. Things definitely trending down on a massive scale. We're trending down like that. On a shorter local scale, we're trending down like that. Potentially, we're also making some, I guess we could put this all the way to here in case this is the one. So we got two opportunities of, pitch points. The triangle of love is here. The bigger triangle is here. So we'll see, because we are putting in higher lows. But from here, obviously, this wrecks the whole thing. But lower highs, higher lows and lower highs. At some point, it's going to come together and it's going to crunch. And that is going to either determine, and this is dominance for Bitcoin. But at some point, we've seen this over several, and we've talked about this many times. And I was always under the impression that 70% is where we were headed with this. Because if you look back here, this green line, well, it was a green line at about 70%. Back before things got crazy with how many are there today? 46.96 million coins. Before we got inflated with a bunch of dog shit crypto, that's going to be that should be a new, I'm just going to talk shit about crypto projects that don't do anything. I'm going to start a new channel called Dog Shit Crypto. Wait, that's not 70%. Up here is right. 70%. Okay, so we fought a lot in here. We peaked here. Fought a lot in here. Peaked here. Those are all the times that Bitcoin hit that 70% dominance. And then basically this drop right here, this drop right here, this drop right here, this drop right here. All of those caused altcoin seasons. That's what you need. You need Bitcoin the dominance to spike and then drop. That is what triggers an altcoin season. Until we have that, there is no such thing. And especially when you morons keep launching coins, you will never get another altcoin season if you keep launching dog shit coins. I hope we're clear. And that's why all we care about is Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is the king. It's where you're making money. Yeah, you can make money with some of the altcoins, but for the most part, not right now. Yes, I will, Luca. Yes, 100%. I would love to chart some altcoins for you guys. All you got to do is drop them in the chat and we can go through it. 100% would love to do that. Just because I'm talking shit and we're having fun doesn't mean that I wouldn't. Again, I am invested into some altcoins. I'm not buying any of those right now because I think we're going to see a little bit more of a drop, and I would rather not DCA into some altcoins. I will DCA into Bitcoin all day long, but I'm not DCAing into some shitters that are going to take, potentially another 25% haircut. I'm not doing it. We'll figure out when the dust settles. We'll figure everything out. But 100%, if you guys want to see some altcoins, all you got to do is drop them into the chat, and I will certainly pull them up. I've got a few loaded into my trading view, like Ondo, Link, XRP, AVAX, Solana, VeChain, HBAR. That's what I've got in there. And so if there's anything else that you want to, the total alt chart. Well, that's the others. Yeah, Luca, this is the total art chart. Is the others. This includes everything in crypto minus the top 10. So you don't get Bitcoin, you don't get Ethereum, you don't get the stable coins, you don't get Solana, XRP. This is what you don't get. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, XRP, BNB, USDC, Solana, Tron, Dogecoin, and Hyperliquid. Those are all left out of this chart. So this is a true indicator of what altcoins are doing, because it's only altcoins and it's everything minus what's in the top 10. I wonder, it's been a while since we looked at this, what the top 10 market cap is versus everything. We could probably figure this out. Let's see here. Oh, come on. This thing's stupid. Fucking ask CMC AI. I don't need CMC AI. Get AI off of this. Although we could probably ask that. No. All right. We'll do this in a little bit. There's a couple things that I hate about like internet and websites. It's stuff like that, like the little pop-ups that get in your way. That drives me crazy. When you open up a website and it starts blasting music louder than anything you've ever heard, literally makes me want to just flip my desk and punch my computer. Like the people who integrate music loudly onto their website right when you launch there's a special place for them. That is unnecessary. Is there a different, besides others, is there a different total? Well, let's look at this. Others.d. Let's try this. So this is exactly what we wanted. This is so outside of the top 10 of cryptocurrency, of the 49 million coins, whatever that is, number 11 and down below to 46 million make up 7.32% of the entire market. The top 10 controls 96.6% of the entire market. That's wild to think. So when we look at the others chart, I like this. I didn't know that there was a others dominance. We're gonna add this one in. So we've got this. So we can probably what I'd like to start pinning next to each other is the Bitcoin dominance and the others dominance. I wonder what you do: Bitcoin dominance, stablecoin, altcoin dominance. That'd be interesting. Let's check this out. Let's turn this into a line. Let's turn off all of our indicators. We don't need any indicators on for this. All right, and then let's compare Bitcoin dominance. We want to, and let's see, we got others.d. Let's do stable.d. Oh, c.d. Okay. Here we go. So, just so you guys are clear with the thing, the blue is Bitcoin dominance, green is stablecoin dominance, and then the orange is the others dominance. Look at this. Look at what stablecoins are doing, right? Stablecoins are green. Yeah. Stablecoin dominance is going way up. It's outperforming in this. This is since 2023. Let's just go to when all three of them come on the same chart. Here we go. Well, that's interesting. That is interesting to me. You've got, again, stablecoin dominance exploding, Bitcoin dominance, and the others dominance have gone flat. And this is since the beginning of this year, right? Or no, since they've all kind of come together. The beginning of 2026 starts here. Let's put this just so we can get some. Great to get some. Anyway, interesting, right? Interesting to see how all this plays out. With probably a few more things that we can do to get a more technical read on this. But there you go. There is your Bitcoin dominance against your altcoin dominance, as well as your stablecoin dominance. So Ben Cowan follows the stablecoin dominance chart. That's really interesting. I like Ben, man. Ben is a smart dude. He's a really nice guy. I had a chance to go to a couple of his events that he throws, whether they're in Miami or wherever. And I like him. I like, his team, everything that he's done. He's a great guy. Shout out to Ben Cowan. This is where it's at, man. This is gonna be something that we start to look at a little bit more in the show, is the difference between these three, and start to make heads or tails and see how does the market move in relation to these, like what do these do, and when they move, what happens. And so we're going to start paying attention to this, because the more you look at a chart, the more you start to understand it. The more you start to understand it, the better of position you could be in. And so there we go. Let's throw everything back. Get rid of this and get rid of that. That was interesting. I'm going to do some more of that. We'll be doing that again. And let's look. We're going to look into some coins now. So let's turn on our leapfrog. We'll put our volume, and let's do our 21-day and our 200-day. Okay. Close those back up. We are on the hourly. Let's go to Bitcoin. Let's see where things are looking today. So, it takes a fucking long time to zoom in when it's that far out. I need something boom, press something and it's just right there, versus this stupid stretch and moom and zoom and all that. All right, the point of control is basically covering our daily VWAP. So I would say that is very okay. So if I'm a betting man, 70,200 is where the previous daily VWAP is. We saw that there was some activity back down here earlier this morning, basically 1 a.m. This is on East Coast, right? New York. Yeah, okay. So this is actually our time zone. So 1 a.m. this morning is when we came down and had basically our low for the day. And then we built up. And so we're ranging here, building some volume around the 70,900 level. It's going to have to be a make it or break it moment. I think we're building a flag right here. This is what that looks like. All right. Chop that there. I know it's not scientific, boys and girls. I know it's not scientific. But these things, they come right back out and right back in. And so this is what I would be looking at. And obviously and this is just the hourly. There's some other charts that we can look at. Let's zoom into the 15-minute and see what we see. Okay, so we could either two things are going to happen. One, we're going to have to pull it like this and extend it out, or two, again, we can just chop right through it because it just came right through there. No big whoop, right? No harm, no foul. We'll put it on this one so that we touch that line right there. And then, these same kind of things, man. They go up and they went right back down. So we'll just chop right through it. We'll extend it out a little bit. All right, right there. And that gets us to tomorrow. This pinch point right here is tomorrow at 10 a.m. I assume Bitcoin will make a move one way or the other before that. Remember, 9:30. At 9:30, so in 45 minutes from now, the market's open, and from there, we'll do our daily trade strategy. But you can see right here, look, we're starting to fall off the daily. I would assume we're going to make a move to 70,271, and we're going to catch not only the week to date but the previous daily. It's getting a little smoochy. That's what I would say is most likely going to happen today. We may bounce around. We may do like one of these kind of things like we've been doing, right? Then come down, and then I think we're still. Let's go back to the daily. We're looking at a couple things, right? Like one, we are clearly still in a massive downtrend. Like we can see that is unequivocal. You know what I mean? Very clear that things are still headed down. We could probably maybe even, I don't know. That's good enough. I mean, especially, again, remember, things, they go right back in and out of the zone. So there's your zone. Now, one thing we have been looking at since, and let's go from here. Hey, good morning, honey. We've got ourselves a local uptrend that we've been watching since February 6th. Hey, good morning. You want to come up and say hi? There's my little G. How are you today? How'd you sleep? You gonna have some breakfast in a little bit? You tell everybody smash that like button.
Smash that like button.
Say, make sure you're joining the BitUnex trading team. That's a lot. Come trade with us.
Come trade with us.
You sound a little raspy this morning. You need some coffee? A little rough morning. Hey, let's tell everybody about baseball. Did you play some baseball yesterday? What'd you think? Was it fun? What'd you get? A glove and a bat?
And a ball.
And a ball. What was better? Was it better to be the batter or the pitcher? The batter? You liked swinging the bat. Yep, yes you did. And the pitcher. And we're going to have a little softball player in the house. Daddy was a baseball player. Emmy's going to be a softball player. Should I be your coach? Okay. All right. Go have some breakfast. Say good morning. Smash the like.
Smash the like.
We're out of here. You're out of here. I'm still going. Are you going to stay with me or are you going to go have breakfast?
I'm not going to have breakfast right now.
Okay. All right. Go have breakfast. I love you.
Stay.
Oh, okay. All right. So then let's get back into this. All right. So looking back at this Bitcoin chart, this is on the daily. Again, you can see from October, we're on a decline. From February 6th, when we bottomed out right here, we've been going up. But again, we're just staying inside this trend line. Even though we're going up, we wicked right here on March 17th and then just sent right back down. And so let's just zoom in right here. Pink and blue, right? So here on the daily, here's where we're at. We've got a lot of volatility, but when you look at what's happening, right? There's a lot of chances where you go up, down, up, down, up. This could be a continuation up and then down. Oh, we don't want to actually. It would be up and then send it down here. So we may flop and flip and figure it out what happens, until we get into this pinch point, or Bitcoin could clearly make a decision and go in a direction before that. So this is why we set our alarms, our alerts, and we're checking the charts, because right now we're in indecision mode. And I think a lot of it, again, there's opportunities. There are pumps and dumps. There's opportunities to make money, but overall, the market itself is in indecision mode. We see a lot of bullish headlines. We see a lot of downward negative price action. So everything, and when we get into the news, it is very clear. Long oil, short Bitcoin. At some point, we sub 60. Absolutely. Look, this is, if we could go to the weekly, y'all can see this is what I'm waiting to play out, right? Let's just remove all of our drawings because we need to start one. It's the same exact thing that we saw here, where we saw a leg down, consolidation, leg down, right? So now consider this just to be the first move. Leg down, consolidation, leg down. And if we were to measure this out like we've done multiple times, this next leg down, remember, leg down. Oh my God, these stupid lines. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Leg down, consolidation. Oh, why doesn't it let go of the line? That's so silly. Right? And then let's just take the same leg down. Boom. And this one I don't fully feel is like where I have the line here is as accurate because this goes down to 42. But we've got our generational buy set right here at 48,665. That to me is where this next measured move is going, and I feel like the stairway to DCA for Bitcoin 100%, because even if there's a lot of reasons why the DCA is on board here. So you're DCAing through this consolidation zone because even if it breaks down, you DCA. You're gonna buy lower when it goes down there. But say something happens, and remember, the one thing that we are fighting is this uptrend since February, and so remember we are going up, so it could potentially just go maybe dip around one day and then fly up there. So you got to be paying attention. We can't read the future. We can just kind of check the charts and make our adjustments every day, and then react and adapt to that. Right now, we are going through a heavy consolidation. This is the weekly. Let's put it back on the daily so you guys can see. Okay, so here it is on a different look, right? Down, consolidate, down. Right? And so that means down, consolidate, down. So we'll see where it eventually gets to. I am targeting the sub $50,000 level. 49 is really where I want to see this thing hit, but time will tell. The market will tell. Participants will tell, right? And tickling. Jay, what's up, GMGM, my brother? All right, let's look at some other charts. That was Bitcoin. Here is Ethereum. Very similar. We are on a, well, I guess this is, we'll pull this here. We'll just fix this. This is October. Over here, but technically, ETH has been going down since August. We're going to be it'll be chopped through some of these pumps here, but you can see clear downtrend for Ethereum. I would assume that at some point the rebound on Ethereum is going to be massive. Let's look at the weekly on ETH just to see. And I know we got to get to the charts. But there you go. You can see, but not only is it had this massive downtrend, let's pull this all the way back to 2022 because look, there's a case that we can make for that. And then that as well. So we've talked about this before. Ethereum is one of the coins that is on the multi-year uptrend. There are some others that are not. And that was why I was saying before, like, caution about VeChain. I mean, look, everything multi-year uptrend. If we break down, that's one thing, but it hasn't broke down. AVAX is another one of those where it's the multi-year downtrend. I'm not exactly sure what the fate of AVAX is going to be. I know that they put a lot of emphasis on their gaming. They are also into the RWA world. We just talked a little bit ago about how gaming in blockchain is dead. Like there's no reason for that to come back. Let's let gaming studios actually build games, and let's let crypto people do crypto. But when you look at other coins like HBAR, it is down. It is down lower than some of these. It is still an uptrend, a multi-year uptrend, but it's not as pretty. I think HBAR is one of the most undervalued coins in crypto right now, unequivocally. We'll see what happens to it. Hopefully it doesn't break the structure and go down even lower. If it does, you've got until 4 cents. If it plunges below 4 cents, we got major problems, probably market wide. Let's take a look at gold for all my gold bugs. Do you like gold? Do you like gold or silver better? Gold. Yep. There we go. Gold recently reached a all-time high right here of just under $5,600 for an ounce. It has since recovered, a little bit. We dipped. Let's see, that top also went to 46.83, and then we peaked back up after a little bit to 54.19, and we are currently sitting at 43.86 after a little dip down to 4,098. So we almost broke 4,000 on an ounce of gold, but definitely came back. We'll see if this thing ends up continuing to go down, or if this was our, anytime you see candles like that, that could be a reversal right there, and we could start to see this thing chopping back up. The DXY kind of settled off a little bit right now. We've been kind of stagnant for a little bit here. Slight, you okay? I don't even know if we need a chart like that. U.S. 10-year yields are sitting right here at 4.38%. And the S&P 500, we were talking about this we talked about this a bunch of times last week. This is probably one of the most concerning things about it, is this rounded top. Potentially could see, you out of here? This could be the beginning of a Head and Shoulders, right? Like a long-term one where this is the first, and then we get another one, and then we go like this. Something like that, right? Potentially this rounded top is concerning, I think, for a lot of people, because what do we say about rounded bottoms? Rounded bottoms pay the bills. Rounded tops, cheap thrills. Not the good kind either. U.S. oil's in at 91.88 a barrel on a little bit of a dip right now. We'll see what happens in the Middle East. There was a lot of conflicting information that came out yesterday. Is the war over? Have we, considered some peace agreement talks, all that stuff? Who knows? Who knows where we are at? Well, all we know is that oil ripped and then it started to dip. What was that from here? Where it's at? 23% from its top, just a couple of weeks ago. This is the weekly chart, so that was about 3 weeks ago. So we'll see where this goes. Hopefully, if you are long oil, you're gonna win, and if you're short in Bitcoin, hopefully you're gonna win. I am a bull. I am a Bitcoin bull by nature. I am bullish by nature on crypto. I do have my bearish bias in right now, though, because, again, you're in a downtrend until you're not. We have now broken out of the structure. We have very clear, historical patterns that it looks like that we are not copying, but mimicking, right? With the big leg down, a consolidation, and then another big leg. We did boop, boop, boop. Now we could say we're going boop, boop, to do another boop. Don't get booped. Don't get booped, fam. Make sure you are prepared. Don't react to the market and make guesses. You should definitely be plotting some concepts and some ideas, setting yourself some alarms and some alerts. We do that all the time. Like, for instance, let's do this. This is what I would think today. This is an alarm that we're going to set. So this right here, this 80,902, this was the bottom of the wick from the end of September. We've not came back up and touched that since. We got close right here on this candle, February 2nd. But because we are kind of building this momentum back up, my kind of what I'm looking at is getting in at that level. And so we may have to, play around here for the next little bit, but I am going to set an alarm on this level, because if we do come up and we touch this and we settle around here and then come back down, that would be a great opportunity to go short. Is we want to make sure that we touch this. This is a support level. It was a support level. It would now become a resistance. So hopefully we reject off of that. So what I'm going to do, remember, this doesn't mean that I'm going to trade when this happens. This just pulls me back to the chart if it happens unexpectedly. Like days like yesterday, like I got some trades in while we were at the park and at the baseball field. I was doing some things here and there. But this lets you focus on some other stuff, not just staring at the screens the entire day. All right, so we'll do potential BTC short. So now when that alarm goes off, and I after the show I get the webhooks and I'll throw it into the Discord so you guys have that in there as well. So now if we do get a little bit of a pumpage, and what is that percent wise from where we are now up to here is 13%. Very doable. You see these candles, you see these wicks, you see we're trending up, and eventually with us going up this line, touching these bottoms, moving up to here, trying to touch back up to here, this decision should be made by July. If we're going to pump back up over 80,000, I would actually assume that this is going to happen much sooner. That's too long between now and July to make a decision if we're going to pump or no. Now, that's on a major scale. This is on the weekly chart, right? This is on a much larger scale than what we look at on scalps or some day trading, some swing trading, stuff like that. This would be a longer time frame setup where if you believe that we are going up back towards 80,000, you could get yourself into a longer term long to try to catch that. But the whole idea of why I'm not longing up to that level, why I'm shorting, is because right now we are in a short ecosystem. Right now, that's what the markets are telling us. So the upside, the potential to win a long is a lot smaller than it is to win a short, because even if it does pump a couple G, it could dump a lot more, thousands of dollars, just based on technicals and analytics and where it's going. So that being said, let's look at a different time zone with the same. Let's look at the daily. All right, there you go. There's candles that are large enough that could get us up there in a day. It could happen. I don't expect it to, but it potentially could happen. And just when we do hit that level, I think if we hit that 80,871, if we hit this line and this alarm goes off, this would probably, and again, you're going to be paying attention to the charts. You're not just going to flip into a short immediately. You're going to watch, because if momentum is still building, you're going to need to sit out, or you're going to need to watch the market and all that stuff. But like that could potentially be your short opportunity to take it back from 80,000 back down to, we had a low in 2024 of August 2024 right here where we have our generational buy back at 48,844. So those are the two, basically the top and the bottom levels that we're targeting. We're trying to go short here if we get back up to this level from here. Unless the market is rocking and rolling and this was our bottom, we'll be looking to short again, because we have to make sure that we break out of we have to get out of structure. And from there, we'd have to make a new high. So we have to get up over this continual. And then from there, we've got some support and resistance, historical support and resistance that we got to break through. And then, it's mission critical on that point that structure breakage, confirmation, that's what would determine if we're going to go long or short. So we break structure and go down here, and then we know we're going to go short down to, or at least we're going to attempt to hold a short down into the that sub 50K level. So Crypto ESP in the building. What's up, GMGM fam? Hope you guys are doing well. Gold could bounce from here though. Worst case, gold is 3,400 to 3,500 because that's what I was looking for. Yep. All right, I like that. Okay, so that is that's some chartage. Let's get into the news because, well, I guess ETFs. We wanted to look at this yesterday. Let me just refresh. As you guys know, yesterday we were talking about this. It seemed like yesterday was a positive inflow after the last three outflows, and it was 2.37 thousand Bitcoin inflow for the IBIT. Remember, they totally have the lion's share of all of this stuff for the Bitcoin ETF stuff. So there we go. Them and Fidelity both having some inflows. Everybody else either had an outflow or nothing, which is weird. I would feel like this is just an error in the API or something, because to have a net zero would be strange, unless they're just along for the ride at this point. Let BlackRock control the show. All right, article time. Here we go, guys. Before we do this, it's imperative that you smash the like button on this video, whether you're watching on LinkedIn, whether you're watching on X, or whether you are watching on YouTube. First off, I appreciate you being here. You could be doing anything in the world, but you chose to come hang out with us. So thank you very much. Do yourself a favor, pat yourself on the back by smashing the like button. It helps you and it helps me. So thank you. One more sip of coffee. It's not hot anymore. I'll take a big sip. Now we're just chasing caffeine. All right. Congress is holding its most important tokenization hearing on Wednesday. Here is what is actually at stake. The House Financial Services Committee holds a dedication tokenization hearing on March 25th with the RWA market above 12 billion and the Clarity Act approaching. The session arrives at a decisive moment for U.S. capital markets. Make it or break it time. We should get up to Washington today, or we'll look at the flights for the morning. At 10 a.m. Eastern, the House Financial Services Committee will convene in room 2128 of the Rayburn House Office Building for a hearing titled Tokenization and the Future of Securities, Modernizing Our Capital Markets. Now, if you got a chance to watch the Macro Minute this morning, which I hope you did, it's very quick and easy. It's vertical format, so you can watch it while you're taking care of business in the morning on your phone. This is not a crypto headline. This is not a crypto event. This is a capital markets event. This is massive. This title is precise and the timing is not accidental. The session is the most significant congressional examination of tokenization to date. It arrives 4 days after the SEC approved Nasdaq's proposal to allow tokenized securities to trade alongside traditional shares on the same order book. It arrives 8 days after the SEC and CFTC published their landmark joint crypto asset taxonomy, and it arrives less than 4 weeks before the Senate Banking Committee is expected to begin markup on the Clarity Act. What the hearing is actually about. The Wednesday session is not about Bitcoin prices, stablecoin yield, or DeFi protocols. It is about something more structurally fundamental. Whether the legal infrastructure that governs America's capital markets is capable of accommodating assets that settle in minutes on a public blockchain, trade around the clock across jurisdictions, and exist simultaneously as digital tokens and regulated financial instruments. It gives me the chills in the back of my neck to think like we're here. Is this how we wanted it to be? Do we want to be talking about legislation? Do we want to talk about legal infrastructure? Do we want to talk about governance and politicians playing a role in this? No, that was never the goal at all. But this is where we're at. We are here. And our ecosystem, our industry, crypto, blockchain, tokenization, all of this stuff is front center. It is main stage time. So whether you like it or not, it's too fucking bad. Crypto is here. It is main stage. It is about to join the global financial ecosystem. This is the shit that I have been telling you about for, I feel like, almost 2 years now. A couple years for sure. Because if you were to go to the Bitcoin conference since 2017 like I have, you would have clearly seen the shift from a movement into an industry into now what we just said, part of the global financial ecosystem. It is so clear that this is what's happening, right? I know we're talking about tokenization and that's different than Bitcoin, Bitcoin runs the show. Tokenization is how all of the rest of this gets adopted. It's how DeFi gets adopted. It's how stable coins are going to get adopted. It's how all of this stuff is going to work. It is the cog in the wheel, if you will. It is how the machine is going to run. Here we go. The U.S. securities framework was not built for what we have. The gaps between what tokenization studies do in practice and what the law currently accounts for are precisely what the committee's witnesses are being asked to address. These are things like when you look at like Securities Act, and I know that the SEC they're changing some of this stuff, right? Like a lot of crypto, it was 16 or 18 cryptos, it was 18 including Bitcoin and Ethereum are considered not securities anymore. They're commodities, right? You're going to see more and more of that happen. The rules are changing. The lines are being redrawn. It's a massive thing for our ecosystem. Again, not what Satoshi, unless Satoshi was part of the CIA, which I know some people think. If Satoshi was just a regular guy and there was just a regular groups of the cypherpunks trying to make Bitcoin for an alternative to what the system already had, we lost. We did. They've got it. They're going to run with this now, but that's actually okay because we all played an integral role in this. We were all the guinea pigs. We were the beta testers. We figured it out, whether it was through crypto, through Bitcoin, whether it's through meme coins, whether it's through NFTs. Like we learned, we were the pioneers. We got the arrows in our back. We got rugs. We got wamboozled. We got scammed. We got hacked so that people in the future, so that my daughter, when she grows up, everything that she and her people and generations are on, they are on blockchain rails for everything financial. It's because we were here to help shape that. Yes, I understand that there is a lot to go. There is a lot to do. There's a lot more that we need to be present for. But this is it, man. This is a big week for crypto. As you see, Congress holding the most important tokenization hearing tomorrow. So I'm going to take a look at flights up to DC. We'll see if we can maybe get up there for the day. BlackRock betting billions that tokenized funds will do for Wall Street what the internet did to mail. Do you remember that commercial? Do you got any email for me? She says to the mailman. In his annual letter, Larry Fink, Uncle Larry, the CEO of BlackRock, argues that digital wallets and tokenized assets could modernize markets and expand investor access. We got another Larry article here in a second, but what to know? Let's see. So Larry Fink used the annual shareholder letter to argue that tokenization and digital assets could modernize the financial system while warning that U.S. capitalism is failing too many workers. Fink said recording asset ownership on digital letters and using regulated digital wallets could make issuing, trading, and assessing investments faster, cheaper, and more widely available. Duh. We know that. More transparent. Holy Toledo. He framed tokenization as part of broader effort to address inequality and strained public finances, noting BlackRock's growing digital asset business and calling for clear rules on investor protections, counterparty risk, and digital identity. The other article, Larry Fink says tokenization won't replace the current financial system overnight, but here's what he sees happening instead. It's very similar, right? And all the stuff that we're talking about. Here's the quote from Larry. It won't replace the existing financial system overnight. Instead, picture a bridge being built from both sides of a river, converging in the middle. On one side stand traditional institutions. On the other are digital-first innovators, stablecoin issuers, fintechs, and public blockchains. That's what happens. And there's another article in this story today. When you think about that, remember we did a video that came out last Friday, and it's part of our a new series that we're going to be doing on Fridays, right? And I hope that you guys got a chance to watch it. Intelligent Finance, that's the series. And really, the setup last week was the whole concept. You've got AI, you've got crypto, and you got fintech. Those things come together. When that comes together, like we are rewriting everything, and that is intelligent finance. That is the future of money. That is the future of basically tokenized economies, all of it. And so I hope you got a chance to watch that. If you didn't, go back and watch that. Check it out. This Friday, we've got another one coming up. It's just going to be on Fridays. It is our Intelligent Finance Fridays. So I hope you guys get a chance to set the alerts and the alarms to go off and check that out. Back to the article, Larry Fink said tokenization could help accelerate the future by updating the plumbing of the financial system, making investments easier to issue, easier to trade, and easier to access. We know this. We all know this. You guys know this. I know this. You knows this. He knows this. We all know this. Fidelity pushing SEC for clear rules on tokenized securities trading. Fidelity wants tokenized securities in there. Look, Nasdaq, Fidelity, everybody's getting in. Let's see, we got any fun quotes to read today here? Nope. All right. Next article. The rise of tokenized stocks is being driven by legacy finance. Tokenized stocks are everywhere, guys. Remember, if you want to trade some tokenized stocks, you can on BitUnex now. You can trade futures on some of the hottest tokenized stocks. You got like Amazon, Tesla, all sorts of fun things. They are all there. I'm creating a video. I'm going to start working on that at some point this week, and then we're going to drop that. Probably we'll start doing some more platform and just, BitUnex is our platform. It's our trading partner. That's where we're doing all of our activity. That's where we're going to have our contests. It's where the team's going to be working and trading and all that stuff. So I would implore you to start your account. Don't try to farm the bonuses. Just do it like a normal fucking person would for once. Quit trying to scam the system. And if you can't do that, then go trade on someone else's team. We just want respectable people here. We want people who are following rules and not just trying to scam and scheme, because I don't agree with that shit. I don't scam and scheme. I don't want people scamming and scheming on my team. If you want to start your account, trade some stocks, trade some crypto, leverage trade, spot buy, do all that stuff and do it the right way, you're with us. You're on our team. Let's go. We got one more article, and then we'll look at RWA.xyz. Nasdaq and Talos partnership targets tokenized collateral management for institutional markets. Nasdaq deepening the digital asset strategy. They're teaming up with Talos to tackle tokenized collateral management and unlock new efficiencies for global institutions. Every article is the same thing. Sorry, I didn't have it pulled up there. Oh, the headline. Every article, while the brands or the partnership names or whatever it is going to be a little different. Like instead of the New York Stock Exchange, this one's the Nasdaq. Or instead of Fidelity, this one's like the whole idea is this is where the world is going. This is where the opportunity. We said this yesterday. Like you want opportunity, y'all want to make some money in crypto. Here's where it is. It's in tokenization. It is bringing finance on chain. It is bringing the tokenized economy to scale. That's where your opportunities are. Meme coins are dead. Gaming dead. NFTs dead. There are a few, and I say that, and I hope I don't piss too many people off. I know that I got founders and projects and people in my community. I'm not talking about everything, and I know that you're generalizing like that, right? If you look at meme coins, if you look at and when I say that, like I'm thinking like pump fund, right? Like 99% of the pump fund shitters have gone to zero and are worthless, and people are out that liquidity. They are lost that money forever. You are not going to get that back. That is never coming back. Okay. And so you got to start thinking of this shift, right? Like crypto is growing up. Our industry is moving to the next layer. Just like we were talking about earlier, where it was the movement into the industry. And now we're part of the global financial ecosystem. Like think about the meme coins like that. Like the movement already happened. That's it. You're never going to find 1,000. I mean, maybe you will, but it's not going to be like what it was, right? Now you got to find the projects that are doing something. Invest in those, invest in them early, and you will see an ROI. NFTs. Some of the NFTs from 2021 will never come back. Ever, ever, ever. You lost your money. I lost some money. We all participated. And that's why I said we were pioneers. We tried it. We beta tested. We took the lumps so that the future generations can figure it out. I don't fully anticipate that we will ever see a generative trait PFP collection like blow up like we saw before, right? In 2021, where that was the hottest thing. That's what it was about. We were learning how to use NFTs. Now it's time for the ecosystem to grow up. We use NFTs for things like real estate, for things like saver cards for your gym or your sandwich or your smoothie, like your season tickets to the Cubbies or the Bears, whatever. Like there are actual applications that we can use NFTs for that don't require them just to be for generative traits and for people to speculate and try to make a couple bucks. That's done. Those days are over. There will be collections that go up. There will be opportunities to make money with NFTs. There will be opportunities to make money with meme coins, but never like we saw them before. Now you need to grow up as an investor because we saw that. And I've talked about this before. If you think about the history of crypto, and I'm just going to go on a little bit tangent, and then we'll get out of here for the day. And I appreciate you guys listening. You mean Granny Apes aren't going to make it? No, man. I love John and all those guys and what they've done, but those things are all of them are done. Everything is toast. Will the Bored Apes ever rise in value? Potentially, but do you think they're going to be worth $1 million again? Probably not. Probably not. I think for intrinsic value, or for me, if I end up becoming a gazillionaire, I will get one because I was here for that. And I always wanted a Bored Ape, but I could never afford one. I got the mutant, right? And that wackadoodled my whole investment because to get that mutant was when they were going crazy. So I sold a full Bitcoin to get the Ethereum. It was like 25 ETH that I sold the Bitcoin for, and it was 15 ETH for the mutant ape. And then obviously I sold it for like 2 ETH because they went to fucking shit. That's just like what happened to everybody. They will never come back. But we learned how self-custody works. We learned how the technology works. Now we can instead of trying to launch an NFT collection to make a couple bucks and screw everybody out of it, what we can do is learn what we did and launch an NFT collection that has RWA application to it, so that there is some real world application business. There is some actual finance going on. There is an opportunity for people it's a tokenized ecosystem, right? It's fractionalized and tokenized. So people can actually earn some rewards. Like we understand now, the SEC also wants Web3 startups to do their fundraising with NFTs. So with that being said, you can earn your money to start your business by issuing the NFT to create the tokenized business. We want to tokenize orange groves. We want to tokenize an olive grove. I want to tokenize pizza businesses. I want to tokenize a taco truck. I want to tokenize and fractionalize all of these businesses using NFTs for it. I don't want to build a fucking collection so that you guys can, my PFP got a burger mouth and this guy's got a pizza and he's wearing a top hat and a monocle. Like, fuck that. That's stupid. I'm over that. I know that some people are not, and that is A-okay to each their own. But when it's time for us to really grow our investment thesis, when it's time for us to grow up as investors, we've got to start looking at the bottom line. This is money. Unless you are wealthy, unless you're a gazillionaire, you're wasting your fucking money buying these stupid memes and NFTs and project dog shits that are never going to do anything for you, right? Ever. You might have a fun time chatting with people in the group chat, but that changes the whole idea of what I've said. I've always said, back in the day, like when back when NFTs were, when the scene was popping, mint 3 to 5, keep one, sell one immediately when the price goes up, and then hang on to one for some more profits. And then you're in the green. You're doing it well. I would never suggest that anymore. Get yourself one, join the community. If that's what you want to do, join the community, join the fucking community. Buy yourself one NFT and join the community. There's no need to get 1,000 of them. It's not what it once was. What are you going to buy 1,000 NFT? You're going to spend $5,000 to make $100? Come on, be smarter. Be smarter. That's part of your 1% better today is be smarter. We talk about the mind, the body, and the portfolio. Today's use your mind. Improve your mind. Start making better decisions. This is your financial future that you're talking about, right? So spending, it might be, oh man, I only spend like $30. All right, $30 is $30, man. If you put $30 into Bitcoin, eventually that is going to be worth more than $30. If you put $30 into a dog shit meme coin that you're hoping is going to 10x, and then all of a sudden it's worth $10, you lost. All right. If you put it into an NFT, you buy a couple NFTs that, oh dude, but they're cheap, man. I'm just going to buy a couple of them. And then the interest goes away, and then now $30 is gone. You do that 3 times, that's $100. You do that multiple times, that's several $100s, and now you've lost. And you will continue to lose the longer that you do that. This is the time the industry has grown up. It's time for you to grow up as well. It's time for us to start investing our money into projects that are actually worth something and that will actually contribute to what we're doing. Again, if you're already wealthy and you want to buy some NFTs, you want to have some fun, you want to join the communities, do all this stuff, great, go for it. Wonderful. But if you're broke and you're fucking complaining about being broke, stop buying shitty fucking NFTs, stop buying shitty fucking meme coins, and start growing up with your investments. I love you guys. Have a great day. Feeling a little bit heated right now, but we're good. It is Tuesday. I don't think we have anything else going on today. And look, before I end this, guys, I lost a fuck ton of money in NFTs. I've lost a ton of money in meme coins. I've made and lost multiple fortunes since I got into crypto. And I know a lot of you have too. And so that's why I'm saying this stuff. I've made and lost fortunes because I was making the wrong decisions. I was investing in the wrong shit. I was inexperienced. That was one thing very clear about the NFT ecosystem when it first came on, is that it was kids. It was on just people who had no idea about investments. And we rewrote the structure of investing, right? We got married to our bags. Number one, you're not supposed to do that. But when you're in the group chat, when you're in the Telegram, when you're in the Discord, when you're in this and that, the spaces, all that stuff with your community, and you're there every day, how do you not get married to it, right? Because it's part of your life. So we need to really think about this. We need to reshape how we do our investments so that if you are going to join the community, it's the joke, right? The best thing you can do for your Web3 journey is join a community. The worst thing you can do for your Web3 community is join a community. It's you got to weigh in both. But at the end of the day, crypto, blockchain, tokenization, this is the largest transformation of wealth in the history of humankind. Don't sit on the sidelines. Don't be paying attention to the wrong thing. Don't lose your money buying shitters that'll never do anything. Find something that will benefit you in your life. Invest into that. Study. Be a student of this game. Understand what's happening. I go through these headlines every single day, and I hope that you're understanding what's happening. I hope that you understand and you can read between the lines that even if the price goes down today, this infrastructure is literally being built as we're speaking. Every single day, the headlines are so bullish. Every single day, there are new entities, new countries, new enterprises, new institutions that are pushing the envelope forward to make sure that crypto is successful. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you all so much. Sorry, I know that was a little bit of a rant to end the show, but that was part of your 1% better. We gotta be making better decisions. I have to be making better decisions. I have to help you make better decisions. We have to be talking about these narratives a little bit more. If I'm doing something wrong, let me know. If I'm not saying it right, let me know. If I'm saying it right, let me know. We got to make sure we're doing it the correct way, and so that when people come into the space, they understand where the opportunities actually are. Because there are plenty of opportunities. We just got to find them. All right, that's it. We are out of here. Ciao for now. I will be back tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern for the morning macro. If you didn't get a chance to watch the Macro Minute today, check it out. And if you got any feedback for me, you guys know the drill. Just drop a comment there. You can always shoot me an email, team@w3bcmedia.com, or shoot me a DM and get a hold of me on any one of the platforms. That's it for today. It is now 2 minutes until 9:30. Set your trading views on the 15-minute time frame. Start doing your top, your high, and your low on the 15-minute candle, starting at 9:30 for Bitcoin. And that's going to see where things go. Remember, Tuesday and Wednesday, and potentially Thursdays, are our best trading days. There's a shit ton of liquidity. It's not like the fake out Monday, and it's not like things dry out towards the tail end of Thursday and on Friday. This is prime. This is Tuesday. So get yourself ready. Get in there. Join the BitUnex trade team. We are W3BC. We are a squad. We are strong. We've done well over $12 million in volume over the last couple weeks. And so the team is cooking. Join the squad. Be part of it. And get yourself 1% better today. See you.